And we're live. It's episode 75 of the Everybody Mad Live podcast. It is we're live for the 313. Let me show you. We're live for the 313 and the 404. Episode 75. It's the 279th day of the Biden administration, and today is Thursday, November the 4th. My name is Sid Lover. Welcome to our show.
Hey, what's happening? I'm Kenya Kabine. As always, we got a dope show lined up for you. But before we do anything, just a couple of housekeeping rules. As always, make sure you leave your comments in the chat. Make sure you join us on video with that link that you see right under the screen. And wherever you're watching, make sure you hit that like and share button. We're live right now on Facebook. Big ups to everybody on Facebook. Miss Gwen, I see you out there checking us out. Also, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Sad, what's happening up in D-Town, man?
Not much, man. It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, because it's cold here in Atlanta, man.
It's winter. It's November, so I guess that's what's to be expected. But yeah, there's the big debate in Detroit. You know, there's this thing in Detroit where folks not allowed to turn on the heat until the calendar turns November, regardless of how cold it is, regardless of whatever. Like they like it's a thing. Folks don't turn on the heat until it's good and the calendar says November, because they ain't trying to give BTE all that money. But that's the thing here. But my country self, coming from South Carolina, you know I'm turning on that heat as soon as I'm cold. So my heat been on. It was like one day in August that it got kind of chilly and nippy. So like turn on that heat. So like I'm gonna have my heat on regardless of what the calendar say or anything. So we're dealing with that. It's the beginning of the kind of like a new season, I guess in November. So
yeah, it's cold down here. You said what?
I said it's Scorpio season, ain't it?
Yeah, it's Scorpio season now, man. And you know, like my birthday's right around the corner, coming up in December. But it's cold down here in the ATL too. And just like, I would have turned my heat on too, man, because I'm telling you, it's starting to get real cold down here, man. It's like real cold down here in the
Now, what's real cold? Like what is real cold? Like don't say nothing like 50, because like today,
50?
Like today we were in the 70s. Well, the 30s. I'm sorry.
The 30s?
30s.
Oh, hell no. That's too cold. That's too cold for me.
It got real cold and y'all still 50 something, man. Like I wouldn't even wear a jacket. Like I go outside with this on, you know, like with short sleeves. Y'all and like folks always say, you'll get used to it. Black folks can't get used to the cold because we ain't made for this. Motherland is Africa. So we made for that. Like we made for heat. We ain't made for cold.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling real cold too, man. Did you notice that I shaved my beard off, man?
I was wondering why you did that. Like, did you mess up?
No. I had to shave it off for a part, man. I was filming. I had a project this past week, and I had to shave, man. And this feels real. It feels real weird because I have not gone barefaced like this since I was in college, bro. Yeah. Like the last time, like I have not seen all this double chin in a minute. So that's why I'm like, damn, you know, I'm not doing my shave off. But then when the check is good, and then it's a great opportunity, sometimes you got to do stuff in this whole world of acting and everything. But yeah, man. So I had to shave, man. But I worked on a project up in Knoxville this past weekend. Life's been good, bro. You know, keeping it moving and shaking, brother.
That's dope. And you never know, Tyler Perry might be calling you for a role sometime soon. Because you know, we're going to talk about him in the show today because he has a big change that he's doing that no one foresaw. So he's going to change up his little role. Plus, obviously, today is a big show because we got a special guest, comedian, actor, Mike Larry. He's on the show with us, and he's going to talk about a lot of his project. He's an actor as well in Detroit, doing a lot of projects here, so we'll be talking to him as well as doing the reality recap with Shorty also on the show, and then we'll talk a little bit about the mayonnaise looking jury that they selected for Ahmaud Arbery. We'll talk a little bit about that in the show. So we got a nice show coming up for you today.
Yeah, a lot of stuff talking about. Also, too, we got to talk about a famous actor actually had to, because he did not want to get a COVID test. No, I'm sorry, because he didn't want to get vaccinated.
The vaccine, yeah.
He didn't want to get vaccinated. He actually ended up losing out on $9 million. Hold tight, because we're going to tell you what rapper did that. But first, we got to kick everything off of what went down, like the hottest news topic of the week. And of course, that is my homeboys, the homies, the ATL, the Braves won the World Series this past week. And when I tell you, said Atlanta is going crazy right now.
I know it is.
It is bananas down here right now. Shouts out to the Braves, because a lot of people, they were always saying, oh, the Braves couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. But the Braves did win the World Series. Game 6, they beat Houston. And this has been in the making for over 20 years. I think the last time they won, I was in high school. but they won Game 6 of the World Series. Over 14.3 million viewers checked in on Tuesday, man. It was huge, man. Let me tell you, it's so big. Said they done shut down school down here in the ATL, bro.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. It was the '90s when I was living back down south when the Braves won. I was still actually you was in high school, so I was in middle school then. So when they won that, so it's a big thing going on. So yeah, congratulations to I wish that my teams here in Detroit could kind of do that. Like the Lions. The Lions ain't won a single game the whole year. So yeah, like it's gonna be a long time coming before we have some sort of party and celebration for our sports teams here. Although I think the Red Wings are kind of dope sometimes, and the Tigers sometimes, but yeah, we ain't doing it in baseball in most of our sports right now because we are real sucky.
Yeah, well, that's why. Well, I know that the parade is going down tomorrow. Everybody's been calling me like, "Yo, can you come into you going to the parade?" But then a lot of people are like, they don't want to go to the parade because one, it's going to be super crowded. It's going to be cold outside, So a lot of folks not going. But then the majority of Atlanta is going to the parade tomorrow. So if you are in the Atlanta area, Miss Gwen, I see you're in Snellville. I'm sure that, you'll be checking in with the parade and stuff. Just make sure that you all are safe out there because, folks, when they start celebrating, they get a little bit wild out here in the air. Yeah. They get wild. So please be safe. And congratulations again to the Atlanta Braves World Series champions. All right, so said in other news, man, we've very disappointed by this news right here. The Ahmaud Arbery trial is going down. They finally picked a jury, but why they only got one black juror? One black juror out of 11. 11 jurors, they're white. Only one is black. Bruh, come on. Come on.
Mayonnaise looking jury.
That's ridiculous.
Looking like white rice. It's crazy because the crime is a racial crime. Like you know what I'm saying? So it was a crime that happened because it was a black man. Like had he been a white guy jogging, it would have been no problem. So if the case is about race, then why would you have such a lopsided jury? And people getting mad because the judge actually said, "Oh yeah, this is kind of messed up. It looked like y'all doing some shady stuff." But talking about he can't do nothing about it.
That's some BS.
Well, why are you judged? Why can't you do anything about the judge? Talking about the Georgia laws don't allow him to do certain things, like with jury and stuff like that. But I don't know, it don't make sense. But it just feels like us that the game is already fixed.
Yeah, and it's sad too because this is just a situation where people are going to say justice is not going to be served for Ahmaud. It needs to be served because clearly we saw him on video, but you already know how this is going to play out. And I don't want to be negative. I'm not a negative person. I always try to see the good in everything. But in this instance right here, it doesn't look too promising for this case right here. And so we're going to follow this. You got to make sure that you follow us on Instagram, follow us on our Facebook page. We're going to tell you all and keep you all up on what goes down with the Ahmaud Arbery case. But they need to change this right here. Do you think they can change this at this point in time? Because
he's saying that he can't. So they're going ahead and starting a trial. So it's like, all right, we got our jury, so we about to start. So that's what I'm hearing. And I don't know, it's just crazy. It's ridiculous. It's crazy that he's acting like there's no recourse and it just is what it is. But
yeah. America. So the judge acknowledged intentional discrimination. He said that's intentional discrimination by the attorneys, but you're going to let them get away with this. Come on, man. People got to be held accountable for their actions. We talk about that all the time on the show. Come on, you can't let this slide. And I'm telling you, if it goes down and these guys get off for what they did, it's gonna be a really bad racial riot, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be messed up. Tell you what they need. They need an actual like they can't do nothing about the jury. Can we do something about the judge? We need a Judge Joe Mathis.
Joe Brown.
right.
Maybelline.
Somebody. Here's Judge Mathis.
You can take your chances. Judge, actually, I can actually solve this case in your voice, Judge. Ma'am, do you have any documents stating that this man owes you money? Do you have any documents?
Yes, I do.
Oh, she had. I'm sorry, you brought us all the way to Chicago. We done lost the case. Oh, be ashamed of yourself. Crackheads. I'll be sitting over here, son. enough not to get locked up.
He's known for one of the best impersonations of Judge Greg Mathis. I'm not sure if you know that Mathis is Judge Mathis is from Detroit, Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does one of the dopest impressions of him. But comedian, actor, obviously he's been in the cast of Comedy Central's Detroiters, 11 movies, Kenya, on Amazon Prime right now. You got The Mule, Birthday Behavior, Middleman, The Spot, Insta Famous. I think there's a new movie coming out that we'll talk a little about too. Plus, he hosted his own podcast, Bible Talk with comedians. And obviously, he's the founder of 100% Real Fathers nonprofit. Welcome to the show, comedian Mike Larry.
There we go. What's up?
Mike Larry, what's happening, man?
What's up, man? Hey, first of all, I want to commend you, man. You know, staying committed to that. That's one of my fears, man. You know what I mean? Because I got them little double things right here, man. That's when I realized how fat I still am. You know what I'm saying? When I cut that off and I see them little chins, I say, oh, yeah, man.
Hey, I was like, oh man, and I really didn't want to do it, but you know, I had to commit to the part, bro.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I appreciate y'all having me aboard, fellas.
Definitely, bro. Well, let's talk, man. How did you get your start in comedy, man? Because you've been doing your thing for a minute, right?
Yeah, man. I started in 06. I worked with a guy who actually he's on tour with HaHa Davis right now. His name is comedian Blackberry. We worked together at Home Depot. He was already doing comedy, and he kept telling me, like, man, you should try it, man. I'm like, nah, you know, that ain't for me. And I got fired from Home Depot, man. So he had got fired
from Home Depot.
Man, being late, and it was a white girl who was like my supervisor, and she just was on my head, like you know when somebody just riding you, and all it takes is for a little bit for them to get rid of you. And when she got rid of me, she brought one of her friends in and made them the supervisor, another white girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. But long story short, he got fired for cutting somebody's hair. He got fired for cutting somebody's hair in the break room, man. But he had got fired 2 years prior. I ended up calling him, catching up with him. He was hosting a spot at this club called Mandy's on East Side of Detroit. And I went up. The very first time I ever went up, man, I got a standing ovation, man. And the bug bit me, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's dope. So, I'll always say comedians are some of the smartest people that I know because you got to be well researched and read and just know a lot of stuff and things like that. But like there's another part to a lot of comedians too, and like a lot of it is like growing up and that sort of thing. So, and that really sets your path a little bit or whatever. So I'm just wondering, like, who makes you laugh? Like, who was you laughing to growing up and to kind of get to your craft and that sort of thing?
Man, my father, like, you know, most time people say somebody, you know, that's in entertainment world, but my father, man, was one of the funniest dudes I ever met. You know what I mean? He was like the comic of the family in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And he would even us as kids, me and my brother and sisters, he would be, you know, roasting us, you know, giving us the Jones, talking about us. And that kind of built me a hard shell for comedy. You know what I mean? Like, he would talk about me, you know, have little crack jokes and all that. And I would help him talk about me. You know, man,
hey, Dad, you forgot this joke.
Yeah. He'd be like, man, this ain't even fun no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna quit talking about him, man. It ain't fun talking about him. But and that him, man, he was the funniest. And then as far as entertainment world, I'm gonna say a comic that, you know, a lot of people don't grab first, but for me, it was Bill Cosby. It was Bill Cosby for me because I remember as a kid going into a thrift store and my mom was getting ready to go through the checkout and I seen a tape. It was Bill Cosby himself. That was the name of the tape. And I'm talking about, dude, I played this tape all day, every single day. That was the first person that I was able to impersonate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was holding that boy Jello pudding, you know what I mean? Like, that was the first dude I was able to impersonate, and that's who I listen to almost every single day. I listen to that tape, man. Yeah, every single day.
So does that make you kind of feel kind of like a certain way that now like he's kind of referred to as like Bill Cosby and like, hey, man, like my idol is like, man.
Yeah. That was tough, man. But you know, I know everybody is human. Everybody got a past. I just take the the best and leave the rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they ain't gonna lie, that was deep, bro. That whole little thing. But the case was weird too. So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's long. That's probably, you know, we need a whole another segment to talk about that
podcast for that, because like he just get up and got released like a couple of months ago, right? And like
you're bringing it back
free and clear. Like what?
Yeah, they trying to tear him down, man. And my thing is these ladies got to be 103. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even remember this. Two of them had Alzheimer's, bro.
Wow.
You know? Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Wow.
I don't know, man. It's just crazy, bro.
One thing I wanted to ask you, man, Kenny, I know you got the next question, but like I know this is gonna set it up. But here's a little clip from one of your shows.
This is my homeboy all the way from Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold y'all long and let my kids in the car. What's up, boo? We got a lot of celebrities in the building, man. Next door to my man R. Kelly right here. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna get the cookie. You got a dude in here look like me. What's up, me? No, I was in the front row. Like, what I'm doing in the front row? Y'all gotta see him. Stand up, me. Let him see you, man. Let them see you, man, because they don't believe it. Because see, people in the black can't see you. Stand up for me, brother. Look at me. I'm here. I'm clapping for myself.
Hey, that is funny. So, Mike, you know, the thing about you, Mike Larry, is that you are you're a family comedian. You do a lot of churches and stuff like that, and you don't really see that. Well, now you see it, but back in the day, you had, comedians like Sinbad that didn't curse. And like you said, Bill Cosby, you looked up to Bill Cosby. Is that challenging for you to be a comedian that doesn't curse? Because when Sam told me that you didn't curse, Sam told me this when as soon as he booked you, he was like, yeah, so we got Mike Larry on the show and he's a comedian. He's a gospel comedian. He doesn't curse. I was like, what? He don't curse? Like, yeah. So is that difficult for you?
For me, man, to be honest, it was kind of easy. Because I'm not a guy who curse off, stage. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, I never was a guy. My vocabulary, I don't use a whole bunch of curse words in my vocabulary. So the transition wasn't as hard as as it is for most people. And it was a transition I kind of didn't want to make, man. You know what I mean? It was one I didn't want to make, but it was God who had me to do that. You know what I mean? He told me he wanted me to do it clean. He gonna open up some more doors and all this, and I'm like, what? I don't want to go clean. I got some jokes that you know what I'm saying, that was some of my favorite jokes. And I'm like, if I go clean, how much? I was like puzzled. Like, I can't do this joke, that joke. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, man, it was hard, but it was the hardest part was giving up some of my favorite, was some of the jokes that I knew was really, really funny. Like, I had a segment where I had Judge Mathis cussing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see Judge Mathis cussing. You hear him on, I do the record, sir, you're a dope fiend. But if I say, you're a dope fiend and you smoke crack and your mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the hell out of here, sir. You know what I'm saying? If you hear Judge Mathis say it, it's like, I can't believe you said that, or Bill Cosby curse. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I had to let that go. But other than that, man, everything else is kind of simple, My grandmother was the one who kind of, she kept asking, she was one of the ones who kind of, made me go that way too, because she would say, you're doing comedy now, I need to see one of your DVDs. And I'm like, you don't want to see one of these. Right. Grandma, like, Holy Ghost filled, like, you know what I mean? Like, she Jesus' best friend. Like, she don't, so I'm like, you don't want to see this tape, So when I transferred over and was able to let her watch my stuff, and God just opened up a bunch of doors, man. It was like the best decision on far as trusting him that I made.
That's dope. We're talking live to actor, comedian Mike Larry, live on the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Man, you got a couple more minutes to stick around with us. We want to get your opinion on some topics that are going on in the atmosphere and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's talk about your boy Will Smith. Mike Leary, I don't know if you heard about this or not, but he has a brand new memoir that's coming out. It's called Will, and he's opening up, of course, to promote the book. He's been doing a lot of interviews, but in this book, he's actually admitting to wanting to kill his father at one point in his life. Now, I was kind of surprised when I heard this, and we're going to get more into this, but his father, Willard Carroll Smith Sr., he said that he wanted to kill his dad to avenge his mom. Will said that he wanted to he would have pushed him down a staircase and gotten away with it because he's a great actor. He would have been like, he would have called the police and, put on like an Oscar-winning performance because nobody would have believed that Will Smith killed his own father. I thought this was really dark, just to even like say this, like to come out and say, I'm Will Smith and I actually want to kill my dad. I feel like sometimes we know that Will and Jada, they're a couple that they keep it 100 and they're very transparent. But this is really dark, especially for Will Smith. But anyway, he went on to say that, it's something that he wanted to do, but of course he never did it. Will's parents, they separated when he was 13 years old, divorced in 2000, and his father passed away in 2016. What's your thoughts on that? Because he also talked about some other stuff too, but fellas, what do you all think about that?
I agree with you, man. Like that, like I don't I really don't see the humor. I don't know where he was going with that. You know what I mean? Like, what was the purpose of saying something like that? Like, obviously he didn't like his dad at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of trauma. I think a lot of, us black folks in general, I can only speak for us, we don't deal with we need, people need to see psychiatry, like we need counseling. You know what I mean? A lot of people have a lot of trauma that they don't deal with as a child. So apparently something affected him mentally as a child, and whatever he went through with his dad, and he's talking like it's acting out as far as conversation now, man.
Yeah. It's real interesting too. Also, the documentary, you all are looking at a clip right now from his documentary. It's a new series called The Best Shape of My Life, where it kind of documents his journey to fitness. But Will actually talks about there was one point in his life where he contemplated committing suicide. And this is, after marriage to Jada and the kids and everything. That kind of surprised me. He also said in his book, getting back to his book, that he actually fell in love with Grease actress Stockard Channing back in the early 90s when they were filming 6 Degrees of Separation together. And this was all when he was married to his first wife, Sheree. And I was real surprised because Sheree was bad. Like, she was a dime. And I was like, yo, like, you fell in love with the girl from Grease, you know what I'm saying? But she was a right. Woman. It's just kind of interesting. Fellas, what's your take on all this?
Weird.
Nah, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm glad he's sharing, and I think we do need to kind of hear from different things like that. But I think we also need to understand, just like Larry said, is what's the follow up? Is there some counseling? Because I know that last week the story was how Jada's podcast or whatever got twisted a little bit to say that Will's sex was trash or whatever. Like, that was the story that everybody got from the podcast or whatever. So I don't know, they're opening the window to their life so much to where we see so much, and I don't think people really understand how to process a lot of it. And I think a lot of it ends up not really hitting the way that they want it to hit, and to be able to help people the way they want it to help. Because to me, it just makes it seem like, oh, y'all got an awful situation, and y'all just need to get divorced and go on about y'all life. Jada, you need to work on you. Will, you need to work on you, and separate. Y'all got grown kids. What y'all still trying for? That's what I get. But it seems like they want the opposite of that. They want to show that we're superstars. We have issues. We have problems, but we work through them. But the delivery, man, it's just so poor and so bad to where I don't think anyone is getting the help from it that they think people are getting.
Right. I think to be honest with you, I think it's just I ain't gonna say a normal, but I think it's like things we see every day or hear about every day that's just being publicized. You know what I'm saying? We all got a friend that may cheat on his wife, or she done cheated on him, or have heard of these stories, and they are just in the limelight where it's being publicized. They're talking about it. They're open with it, and That's the gist of it, man. But like I said earlier, man, I think we all need some type of help. Like, you know, I got a show I do too. It's called What's Your Story? Because I know everybody has a story. You know what I mean? Like, I got my backstory. You know, both my parents passed. At one point, I had to raise my brother and sisters. You know, I had custody of my kids. I had a football scholarship at Central Michigan. I got smashed between 2 cars. My dad went to jail for murder. Like, you know, it's a lot of trauma that people don't deal with. My mom died 22 years ago, and I haven't faced it yet. Like, I just really start facing it and dealing with it, because when you're faced and hit with something like that, sometimes you push it in the back of your mind, and so you can move forward. Because if you stay there, you will stay there. You know what I'm saying? So not knowing how to deal with things, sometimes you push it away, man. You know, just so you can move forward.
Yeah, that's a real good point. Marnita, she just left a comment. She said, Jada should stop being so transparent because people will always twist the narrative to something negative. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point, Marnita. Let me ask you all about this story right here. This is something else everybody is talking about. And I thought that we were finished talking about it. I thought we were done with talking about Dave Chappelle. I thought we were done with talking about the baby, but they made headlines again this week for their controversial statements. Well, we all know they made headlines for their controversial statements towards the LGBTQ community, but now Relationship Unleashed, they are an LGBTQ organization. They say that they're okay with the baby returning to the States because he's put in the work. He sat down with over 100 organizations and groups that are committing to the LGBT community, but they say that Dave Chappelle has not issued a genuine apology, and they say that he was fully aware of his actions that perpetuated a hate speech in the name of comedy, so he doesn't get a pass. So baby gets a pass, but Dave Chappelle doesn't get a pass. Do you think that comedy's under attack?
I think that I think Dave said how he felt, and to be honest with you, if you really listen to what he said, a lot of it was just his self-truth on how he said. He said, "I'm not mad at y'all, but I just want that same type of, you know what I'm saying, roar upon my people, you know, and the things that we go through, like you know, the cop killing, and like." How are y'all making this much? Like, we need that. We need to watch what y'all, like, how did y'all do this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. What's the trick?
Y'all are genius. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's like even the baby coming back now. You know, we give him a pass, you know, okay, take the reins off. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas got some power. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to check with them, make sure the baby cool. Okay, he cool. Now we're releasing.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah, like that was kind of weird. Like, even the way the story kind of read is what like he had to seek permission, like, from these groups, and now these groups, okay, he's allowed. Like, wait a minute, like I didn't even know those people existed.
Right. That's tough, man.
But it's interesting about this whole cancel culture, though, how you know, they are really still trying to cancel Dave Chappelle. I think that they're trying to cancel him because he's a powerful black man, you know, and he said some stuff that was true. Again, if you watch the whole show, if you watch it completely, he was telling the truth. I mean, you know, he came from a place of love and not malice. So why is everybody all upset? We've said that this is our third time talking about it on the show, and it's like people are still upset, and the people that are upset have not watched that show completely, bruh.
And the thing is, man, we could talk about, like, even on my show, man, I talk about some of everything. I talk about, you know, even some of the worst things, crackheads, you know what I'm saying? When I do my Judge Mathis impersonation, sir, you a crackhead, sir. Like, don't be. It's cool to talk about crackheads, but we can't talk about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's cool to talk about white folks. You know, you hear comedians all the time. Yeah, white people hair smell like dog. You know, whatever they may say, or black people eat watermelon, whatever it may be. But as soon as you say something, you cross the line. You push. You know what I mean? Now we got to figure out whether we gonna let you come back or not. Right. You know, like I just feel like it's kind of unfair, man. I watched the special. I didn't see nothing he said that to me was to the point where it was an attack.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's different between, like, I've seen some comics who, may go too far, like, but that wasn't an attack. It was observation. It's his own feelings, and he.
Yeah, very interesting. Leave your thoughts. This is the Everybody Mad Live podcast. We're joined with comedian Mike Larry in the house holding us down.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about your boy Tyler Perry. I know that you are in film to yourself, Mike Larry, but your boy Tyler Perry, he's come under criticism and fire for a lot of his productions. A lot of people say that because he writes all his stuff, directs all his stuff, produces all his stuff, he doesn't open up a lot of opportunities for African-American writers and directors to come down to the studios and shoot like that. But he says now all of that is about to change because Tyler Perry is deciding to relinquish a lot of control of his productions. He says within the next 3 to 4 years, he's gonna go ahead and just kind of release that to some other people so they can get their feet wet, start producing and writing for his shows. But he said that for the past 6 weeks, recently, he was just up in the mountains. He said that he was writing 72 scripts for a television series. He says that, that's just something that he wants to do. It brings him peace. He loves doing it. And, as much as people, say, well, Tyler Perry production this, Tyler Perry production that, we got to point out that his work ethic has garnered him several awards, including the coveted Governor Awards at the 2020 Emmys and a humanitarian award at this year's Oscars. So do you all think, fellas, that this is going to hurt his brand if he relinquishes control of the Tyler Perry brand with the scripts and the directing? Will this hurt his brand?
No, it's going to help his brand because this is his brand. Watch this. Why he had that man falling like that now?
Man, boy smelled like he had some Heelys on. And then he made the noise.
Right.
Like,
what was that?
And then all the people on it, like I want to know who's in charge of saying the hair is cool. Like what is these wigs they got on and these little weird little beards and all that, man? Like, I think that I applaud Tyler Perry for allowing people to come in, and because what he had, like, I know for myself things like I had a sitcom I created and a bunch of other stuff I'm doing. Now I have help. I have a team, and it's hard when you're the one that's in control of everything and you have to relinquish some things in order, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to let go of something and to open up and let people, you know what I'm saying, take control of certain projects, man. And you got some dope new people out here. I think it's going to make his brand go even further and higher, man. You got to give back. You got to, at some point, once you get to, like, what else do he need to do? Right. You know what I'm saying? He did a whole lot. Give back, man. And there's some dope people out here, some young writers, some 19-year-old hungry people, some people like yourself that get back, bro. I applaud you, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. And
but I agree with you giving back. I think that he has a lot of black actors that are working in Atlanta and stuff like that. And let's be clear, I don't think that this is going to hurt his brand because Tyler Perry, even though he'll relinquish a lot of control, he'll still be overseeing everything. You know what I mean? He's still going to be in the studio making sure that they do what he knows is winning for his brand. Like Marnita said she's a Tyler Perry fan. I enjoy some of his shows. I do like The Oval. I do like Ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much it for me. Oh, and I did watch the new show with look, I'm not, let me tell you something. I'm in Atlanta, and trust me, like, all black actors are auditioning for stuff. So let's be clear. I'm not saying nothing bad about Tyler Perry. Mike Larry, I know you feel me on that right there. I ain't saying nothing because you know how they try to show the clips. Kenya Kabine said this about Tyler Perry. I didn't say nothing bad about Tyler Perry.
I would take all the blame.
It is the one that said stuff. But I'm saying all that to say that no, Tyler's a good dude. Like, he's done so much, but I'm sure that he's not gonna ruin his brand by letting some people just like direct and write some of the stuff.
Yeah. But the other thing too is that like you have to understand is that it's an African proverb. I forget what it is, but it's kind of biblical too. It's it's basically like you can't be tight-fisted. Like, in order for you to be able to get more, you have to be able to open up your hand and allow some of the control to kind of release from yourself. Like you just can't do it all. Just like Mike said, like you got a team. Like I'm the same way. I got in my marketing agency. I got 5 clients, but I handle most of them. If I had a team, I probably could have about 20 clients because I've been turning down jobs. So there's a lot to say that like once you get your team and develop your team, like now you can grow, you can scale yourself, you can duplicate yourself, and then just think of where you can be.
It's a real good point. I see the comments coming in. Let us know your comments with the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Hey, another story for you all. Definitely got to get your opinion on this right here. You know, everybody has an opinion on whether they should get vaccinated, whether they should not get vaccinated. Well, Jack Black, comedian, he has a movie that's coming out and wanted Ice Cube to be in the movie. But Ice Cube is no longer going to be a part of the movie because he refuses to get vaccinated. They were going to pay him $9 million, but Ice Cube said, nope. I'm not getting vaccinated because that's the thing now. You know, Mike Larry, you already know, like when you're doing these films, the first thing they want to know is, are you vaccinated? Have you gotten the shot? Have you gotten vaccinated? If not, do you plan on getting vaccinated? Especially down here, they do that down here in Atlanta. So Cube was like, nope, I'm not doing it. And he missing out on $9 million. Fellas, what do you all think? And then he actually, and let me just point this out too, he did promote face masks throughout the pandemic, and he released Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself t-shirts, which all sales went to frontline health professionals. But Ice Cube said, nope, that's not for me. Fellas, your thoughts?
Oh, me, I go, man, this vaccination thing is tough, man. It's tough because, like, I don't think people should take it lightly. You know what I mean? You know, due to the fact that there's some people that, you know, that are dying from this and still dying. I had a comedian buddy not too long ago just passed away from it, man.
Who was that? Tyler the Drunken Dread?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sad.
Yep. $9 million though.
Right.
$9 million.
Right. Bruh. But you know, Ice Cube got that long money, and you know, we talked about this too, Mike Larry. Like, my thing is, do what's right for you. If you feel like you don't want to get vaccinated, hey, that's cool. I got vaccinated because I know I have to work down here. You know what I mean? Like a lot of film sets that I'm on, they require that we're vaccinated, so I have to do what's right for me. Do what's right for you. But COVID's not going away till people get that shot. That's what I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. I had it, man. I had it in the first go around in March, and yeah, man, I had it. I caught it, and I just feel like the people, like, I mean, I ain't gonna say, you know, you shouldn't get a second shot or you still shouldn't get the shot. I don't know, but I think that I don't know, man. That's just a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? And now I see they got rules where you can't, in LA, you can't come in the bar unless you got it now. Like in a few minutes, like all the clubs and you know, like especially for people like, you know, myself and you know, entertainers and yourself, actors, like you can't go on set, man, without that vaccination unless you know you got the little hookup. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I'm quite sure it's gonna be somebody selling a little fake vaccination card. You know how that goes, man.
You already have.
Right.
Sam, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
No, I think the same thing, and like I think now because like my corporate job is requiring vaccinations for all staff and that sort of thing, and I just think that like it's like, to me it just falls down to like when you call your own shots, then you can call your own shots. So if you're an owner, then you can make a choice if you want to get the vaccine or not. But like as long as you working for someone or whatever, like you have to adhere to whatever stipulations that they require with that position. Like I'm not turning down like my little salary job with my good benefits, like so I got my shot or whatever. So some people are like in that situation, but like I think it's just gonna like really continue. But just like you said, like either way, we're gonna have to figure out how to keep ourselves safe from it. So we
gotta find a way to.
I mean, because you still, and I know that this will cause controversy, but I also know a guy who took the shot and died like a week later. You know what I'm saying? I know people that took the shot and still caught it. The same as if the people who caught it, I still don't know one person who caught it and then caught it again and then died. I know people who caught it and then caught it again. I haven't heard of somebody saying, yeah, he caught it, then he caught it again and then died. You know what I'm saying? I think once you catch it, it's kind of like the vaccine, and you had the real. I don't know, bro. I ain't no doctor. I'm just saying my method to the madness. And also, I know that eating right, man, changing your diet, you know what I mean, building your immune system,
vitamins, all
taking vitamins, zinc, you know what I'm saying. Like I believe in that as well. But to each your own, man. Yeah. I respect everybody's opinion on it, man. Yeah. Because it's your body, you have to live with the decision you make.
Yep, that's what Crystal just said. The exact same thing too. Let us know your thoughts, everybody. Mad Live Podcast. So, Mike, let's focus back on you, brother. And we were talking about acting. You're a comedian, but what made you want to cross over from stand-up comedy to becoming an actor? I know they kind of goes hand in hand. I'm sure it was a easy transition for you, but let's talk about that.
Man, the acting, I always wanted to act, man. It was like, I think a lot of comics, we do comedy to eventually branch off into the acting part of it. You know what I mean? And acting to me just comes so easily because we pretty much acting on stage. You know what I mean? Like some of these jokes I'm telling, I done said them 1,000 times, but I still got to convey them to you like they knew. I can't say them like I said them 1,000. Yeah. So then my mom came out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, hey, then my mom came out, and then like it's still an act, and you still yourself. But I love it, man. I love it, man. I'm really trying to grow with it and really take it serious. You know what I mean? More so than ever. I kind of jumped into it. It kind of fell into my lap, and I was able to just kind of skate by without even practicing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you don't really got to do the work in high school to get a 2.0. You know what I'm saying? And who play football. You know what I mean? But if you apply yourself for real, you probably can get all A's. I ain't studied for the test. I came in. I kind of studied it last night, went through it, then came in and still got a C or a B or C. You know what I'm saying? But if I studied, I probably can get an A. So that's how I'm taking it now. Like, man, I'm reading the whole. Like, at one point, dude, I wasn't even reading the whole script. Like this movie here, Buffed Up. I didn't read the whole script. I read one part. I came in on 2 takes and did it. And if you notice, when I hopped the fence, I tore my pants. So it was the first take. When I first came over the other way, my pants. So it was the one take because that was the first time I took my pants. This here, man, was like a hood movie, but I grew up in the hood, so I was able to relate. I've seen this before. I've been in situations like that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
How is the scene up in Detroit as far as the film? Because I mean, like, you have like a whole bunch of Detroit has a movie,
nice little independent.
They got an independent film scene like Plug Love. One of my favorite hood movies. I love Plug Love. And I saw your homeboy that was in that one right there. So how is the scene up there?
Man, it's dope, man. Right now, I think in Detroit and anywhere now, the way the internet is working and the streaming and all that. Like everybody, your fate to your career is kind of pretty much in your hands. Anything you want to do, you can do it because you got access to it. Like I can promote myself and get 27,000 followers on Instagram off of shooting videos, and now I got a fan base, and then pretty soon I can go on tour. That's how a lot of these comedians that's off Instagram are passing dudes who are been doing comedy for 20 years. Because they built a fan base over here, and now when the promoters book you, they just care about who can fill the seats.
Yeah,
it used to be about, man, who's funniest, man. We need somebody super funny. Now it's like, I want you to be funny, but if you can bring all your fans in this place, that's all I really care about. I need to make money.
Yeah,
and so you build your brand, build your fan base, man, and create your own path. Like can't nobody tell you. I remember I'm like, man, I need somebody to put me in this kind of film. I mean, I want to be this kind of character in the movie. Now I'm like, dude, I'm writing that. I got 4 scripts written. I'm writing who I want me to be, how I want to see myself. That's how I write. You know what I'm saying?
I want to show a clip for one of your, you mentioned your social media and like how easy it is to kind of utilize your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever for our audience. So here's one of the videos about Popeyes.
That chicken from Popeye. Yeah, walking to Popeyes Chicken where we might have chicken. Go ahead, sir. Or
I
man.
get a chicken sandwich combo with red pop with light ice.
Yeah, we out of chicken sandwiches, sir. All we got is buns and pickles. And we out of red pop, too. All we got is lemonade, and I'm putting a whole lot of ice in it, sir. I know the game.
Well, then, can I get a wing combo? Because I don't like lemonade. I'll just take a Sprite instead.
Yeah, wing combo and Sprite instead. See, I can see I'm dealing with a real crackhead, sir. What part of we don't have chicken don't you understand, sir? All we have is buns and pickle. I know what it is. You must be a real crackhead, sir. I had a long day. I get off at 3 o'clock. I got a heroin addict that's falling asleep on the fries. I got a dope fiend that done brought a real chicken in here, sir. We closed.
That is funny. Comedian Mike Larry with us right now. Go ahead, Sam. My bad. You got the last.
Oh, you good, man? No, I was gonna see what's like. What do you got coming up? I know you there's a movie you're working on called Entanglement. We talked a little bit about Will Smith. You got something coming out in 2022 or this year?
In 2022, man, we're filming right now. Actually, Monday is the final wrap. We wrap Monday, which I'm kind of happy, man. We've been, they're filming stuff, bro. For a 20-second scene to take an hour almost. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get it from every angle. Won't you say it again? Your eyes was looking this way, and so man, the final call, to call it a wrap is cool for me, bro. It's Monday, but it's called Entanglement. It's dope. It's dope. It's come out in 2022. I think around June, I think she said. So, but it's a dope storyline, man. Guy and a girl engaged, and it's an entanglement. Yeah, she got a dude on the side, and it's a whole bunch of stuff, man. He got a chick on the side, and it's a whole bunch of stuff happening in between, man. I play a part of a guy who's the main character. I'm just his boy. I'm encouraging him and telling him when he's doing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, man, what's wrong with you, man? You can't do that, and such, you know. And I end up finding a love interest, so it's kind of dope, man.
That's dope. Yeah. Before you dip out, man, I wanted you to talk about you're the founder of 100% Real Fathers nonprofit. Tell us more about that, and also talk about your podcast too.
Oh man, 100% Real Fathers was founded by myself in 2012. At some point, me and my ex-wife got a divorce. I ended up getting custody of my kids, both my daughter and my son. My daughter at the time was like 4, and my son was 9. Now my daughter is 20 and my son is 24, you know. But yeah, dude. And when I first got custody of him, we was homeless, man, all kind of stuff. But it was no programs for a single father. There was no program to help a dad with his kids. Everything was geared around women and you know, and if you're a mom, this and that. And to the point where at one point I was still on child support and I had him. You know what I mean? And so it made me, I remember thinking, once all this over, if I ever get out of this, I want to help other men, you know what I mean? And I want to help build the youth, because we have to empower our youth, because that's who's going to be running the world at some point, man. And I know, like, even with kids wanting to be whatever they want to be in life, a lot of times you don't know what you can be until somebody show you what you can be, you know what I mean? And give you a choice. We don't have choices. Everybody want to play basketball. Everybody want to play, because that's the only choice in the hood. Right. You know, as soon as you 4 years old, you got a ball in your hand. You don't be 4 years old with a camera in your hand shooting movies, or, you know, like, so we have to give them more more of an option of things that they can be, man. And also any father that's you know, needs some type of help or counseling, we got programs that I can point them in different directions, you know what I mean? A support system, you know, so it's dope. We feed the homeless, man. I do workshops, you know. We go to like kids shelters, and we put on a workshop. We're doing a weekly workshop and teaching them how to get started in acting or comedy, or, you know, we do little events like that, man. I do a balloon release every Father's Day. This coming up, Father's Day will be the 4th annual one, and we do a balloon release for the kids that lost their dads. You know what I'm saying? So and all the kids lost their dad. We do a balloon release for them as well, man. So yeah, that's how that started, man. And that's my baby. I love that 100% real fathers, man.
That's what's up. Now, what about the podcast?
The podcast, Bible Talk with Comedians. So I love church, but sometimes you don't love church. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I like talking about God, but I don't. Sometimes you don't want to hear from a pastor. You know what I'm saying? And thus thou, and when Jesus came, this is a breakdown of that. But we just comedians chopping it up, man. We might have a scripture and kicking about the scripture. Might have some, you know what I'm saying, a situation like we're talking about marriage and what did the Bible say about a married, how should a husband treat his wife? You know what I'm saying? Then we talk about the issue of how we, things you deal with your wife and how you feel like you've been treated or how you feel like you can love your wife better. You know what I'm saying? We have people call in and we do the opposite with the women, but it's just a place where you can kick it, man. Matter of fact, man, I would love for y'all to come on one day, man. We do it every Wednesday at 8 p.m., man. It's called Bible Talk with Comedians.
That's dope.
Yeah. We're definitely down for that.
Yep. Yeah. But are you saved though? Are you saved, Kenyon?
Yeah, I'm saved. What you talking about?
Oh. I'll be forgetting. No, I'm sorry. You know how you are.
I'll be forgetting.
Go ahead, Sam. You got the next question, man.
Man. Now we appreciate you stopping by. So let's get, because I know that folks gonna be confused and that sort of thing. So a lot of people probably call you Mike, but your name is Larry, right? So
yeah, my name is Larry, man. So I'll be honest with you, bro. 4 or 5 people told me they helped me with this name. I don't know. Like I remember, he was like, I get people, a couple of my friends all the time. Yeah, man, I gave you your name, bro. Mike Larry, but it's like microphone. MIC Larry. Right. I guess it's playoff the guy, Bad Boys, Mike Larry. You know what I mean? Okay. Right. It's a playoff of that as well. But so it's spelled, Mike MIC LARRY, comedian Mike Larry, man. And it's on all platforms. And yeah. That's how that started, bro.
That's dope. Comedian, actor Mike Larry on the Everybody Mad Live podcast, man. We appreciate you stopping by. Definitely, we want to make you a friend of the show, so don't make this your last time visiting. We definitely want to know when Entanglements come out, because we want to definitely support that and that sort of thing. I'm actually doing a little bit of work with some movies here locally as far as some marketing projects. So I know we'll be seeing some stuff around, and we'll definitely make sure we stay connected and that sort of thing. So cool. We appreciate you, brother. One more time for people who missed it, tell everybody how they can stay in contact with you.
It's comedian Mike Larry. Comedian is spelled out, and then Mike is spelled MIC LARRY. So comedian Mike Larry on all social media platforms, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all, hey, this is dope, man. This is dope.
Appreciate it.
Dope. I love how y'all keep everything. Y'all dope together, bro. Y'all a great team, man.
Thank you.
I got prayers for y'all, man, and may God bless it even further than this. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, man, and continued success in everything that you do, brother. And we will definitely be in contact with you. And we got to do your podcast too one day, too, man. So we'll link up on that, man.
God bless y'all, bro.
God bless you too, everybody. Again, that's Mike Larry. Sad Lover, what's happening over there, man? We got a couple more topics before we wrap up, man.
Yep. And then we got the shorty with the recap on the damn on my arm is like I did something to my rotator cuff, so I've been kind of like going through physical therapy. I went to 2 sessions with it. Like I thought I tore it, but it's not tore. But they want me to do an MRI. But MRI is like, aren't those the machines where they put you on the bed and put you in the tube?
Yeah, it sure is.
See, I'm claustrophobic as hell, so I can't do that. So like,
close your eyes. You'll be able to do it if you close your eyes. You can do it.
No, like I feel like I'm in a coffin. So like, physical therapy is what I've been doing now. But like, it's like extended all the way down on my shoulder, down through my forearm.
Really?
Yeah, it's
you got to get that checked out, brother.
Well, it is getting checked out. The physical therapist.
All right. Well, I'm just saying now.
No, when I extend my arm for a long time, like I've been working the show and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's kind of starting to hurt. But we'll be all right. We only got about 10 more minutes.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about Lala Anthony? She's back in the news. And not for a good reason either. It's another day, another celebrity accused of stealing common folk shit. Lala Anthony. This time, she apparently is being accused of stealing fashions from a black designer. The black designer says that Lala actually, that the designer says that she met with Lala's stylist, and the stylist gave the designer I need to get the story right. The designer actually met up with Lala's stylist. The stylist took a dress that the designer had to Lala, and next thing you know, Lala's selling the same dress with holes in it. And the dresses
The
look
holes
like,
in it.
yeah, look like this is Lala's brand, Pretty Little Thing. Why you got that right there, Sid?
It was her commercial. Hold on, let me start again.
But the dresses got like holes on the side.
Oh, I see them.
Yeah, they look like something that strippers would wear.
Right. What is this outerwear? Like this is?
Yeah,
is that what the ladies wearing today?
Yeah, but that's not the right one. Lala looks good though, man. I gotta say, man, Lala really looks amazing. But yeah, like she's being, like accused of copyright infringement right here. So she hasn't made any comment, but that's the tea with Lala and stealing these folks' idea.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about this right here. Recently your boy Darius McQuarrie, he was trending for denying that he was in a relationship.
Eddie Winslow.
Yeah, Eddie Winslow was trending. He was denying that he was in a relationship with transgender reality star Sydney Starr. He claimed that he was engaged. He said that folks need to mind their own business. We talked about it on the show. And, our thing was, if that's what you like, that's what you like. And, bro, we saw the picture. If that's what you like,
and those videos, right?
But what he did was he doubled down and he was like, well, no, that ain't my thing and everything. But, bro, you kissing on Sydney Starr. So if you like it, bro, that's you. That's what you like. Yeah, well, anyway, he came out and
he came out.
Well, no, he didn't come out, but he came out with a video with his fiance sitting next to him, and him and his fiance, they're talking, and next thing you know, the fiance, he's like, well, this is my wife. I'm sorry, this is my fiance. I love her to death. He kisses her, but then she gets up and starts kissing a whole bunch of women in the room. Mm-hmm. Well, this might not surprise a lot of people right here, but his fiance is the ex-wife of Rick James, Tanya James. See, it kind of makes sense. Tanya James and Rick James, they were together from 1989 to 2002. The OGs out there will remember this story right here because Tanya James and Rick James, they were arrested for sexually assaulting a woman. They held her hostage for 6 days.
I remember that.
They burnt her with cigarette burns and all this stuff. And Tanya went to jail. Yeah, she went to jail for 15 months in prison. She did time. She did a bid, 15 months in jail. So it's kind of like, that's the kind of, this is the kind of girl that he's attracted to. He's been with Superhead. He's see this right here. Tanya James, she's a super freak. You know what I'm saying? Like she was with Rick James. Rick James is one of the freakiest out there. He was one of the freakiest to ever do it. So, that just kind of lets you know the kind of world that Darius.
Eddie Winslow's a Rick James type of freak.
Yeah, he just like freaks. So, if he, he probably likes transgender. He's probably, I'm not alleged. He's probably bisexual. He just probably like it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you were with Superhead, you gotta like it all.
Right.
Marnita. All right, that's just my take on it. It's time to keep things moving because we're running out of time, but we cannot do anything without our homeboy Shorty. It's time for the reality recap. What's up, homeboy?
Oh, what's going on? What's going on, good people?
Hey man, we can't call it you. So you just heard me talking about your boy Darius, right?
So I'm glad you recapped back on that. Remember last week when we talked about him, I said she might be his beard. She's, he I was like Rick James' ex-wife, 15 months in prison. Yeah. Oh, he got a type. He like him from the wild side.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, she might be doing Star too. Transgender. What's the girl name?
Sydney Starr.
Sydney Starr. They all might be in.
Let me tell you, they might be
Hollywood,
the time. What's that called? I learned a new term. Pegging.
Pegging.
What that mean?
We could. There's some church people that are watching the show. Y'all just Google it. And
church people are some of the most freakiest people I know.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, just look up.
I already know.
Y'all got access to Google. Look it up. Anyway, Shorty,
I'm gonna look it up.
man? What's going on in the world of entertainment and reality TV, brother?
Not a lot, but I found some stuff that's going on outside of the shows itself. So we're gonna kick it off with what y'all want to kick it off with?
Cynthia, man, what's going on with Cynthia Bailey? Because I heard that like we missed last week, and
we did.
And when I heard all this stuff about Mike cheating on Cynthia, I was like, what? But then I wasn't surprised because I remember an episode of The Housewives when he said some slick shit one time. So what's your thoughts?
My thought is this: it's 2021. Everybody got access to social media. When you're on a platform like, a friend of the show or whatever, husband of the show, you're kind of a target. So people will make you a target. So we got an anonymous social media user who has dropped receipts that Mike Hill sent her a snap, which is on the platform Snapchat, of his married penis. So at first it'll make you think, no, not Mike. No, they just talking. However, there's receipts. The anonymous user put a side-by-side screenshot of the picture and of him typing in real time to the anonymous user. So we got receipts. So I correlate all of that to say this. We do know Cynthia will not be on this season of Atlanta Housewives. I think she's taking this time to nurture this marriage because she learned her lesson with Peter. So let me get off this show and let me nurture my lawn before my pet gets into somebody else's lawn. You feel me? So we're going to look out for Mike. We ain't going to give you a pass. I mean, because there were receipts. Now, I will say this to the benefit of Mike. The anonymous user has since deleted all receipts and even the Snapchat account. So he claims he doesn't know who she is.
Little cease and desist to her.
Exactly.
Mike attorneys done got on that one right there.
Exactly. But Mike and Cynthia did deny all allegations, but they also said if these claims did not stop, they will have
who they done put their
get justice or get the lawyer involved.
That's what you do. That's
what
you
got a good lawyer.
They got a good lawyer. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. Cynthia, we're praying for you, girl. Get your man in your yard.
So do you think that he was? Do you believe it, or do you think that it's somebody just trying to set him up?
I mean, I was kind of torn, only because everybody has access to social media, and we got those thoughts out there that will try it.
Right.
But then when this anonymous user deleted all receipts and all accounts, it's like, was this just a fish? Was this person just, trying to start stir? So we don't know, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So Cynthia, Mike, get it together.
What's going on with my girl, Monique Slaughter, man? She's a savage, man. And she got a real slick mouth on her too, man. But
real slick. Real slick. So everybody know Cardi B just had her big birthday bash in Dominican Republic. Monique was on the invitation list, but Monique has been accused of trying to hit a guest that was at the party, a 40-year-old woman who said Monique tried to walk up to her and throw a punch. The lady caught the punch. Security was involved, and then Monique came back and threw a drink on her. Now, there is some truth to this because we have celebrities that were there and they witnessed it. But we also have a restraining order from this alleged person on Monique. It was filed in LA and it is official in effect. So she has to stay 100 yards from this woman or the law will be involved. And they also, the woman also said that Monique had been stalking her and threatening her and harassing her for the last 2 months every day. So
surprise.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised that Monique is kind of cuckoo. She's kind of cuckoo. So she liked to fight, and she got a smart mouth.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, so Monique, we praying for you, girl. Get it together. Like, get it together. Or I will say this: stop inviting her to places, and they won't mess up your events. How about that?
Right. How about that? Yeah. See, look at her.
See, that's just messy. That's messy.
And people will be surprised to find out that her father is a singer. He used to be in this group called Take Six back in the day.
I remember that. And actually, Monique can actually kind of sing. She can carry a tune. Her and Brandy are real close. Like, Brandy was on video, or they were singing together and doing some vocal training. So Monique got it together and stayed out the cuckoo nest she can actually be something. So Monique, we praying for you, girl. Get it together. Stop putting your hands on people because there's always somebody better than you.
No doubt.
Thank you, Crystal, for giving us the definition. Pegging is a read it for yourself.
Shout out to Crystal.
Read it for yourself.
Crystal, but look, Crystal said, Crystal said this isn't new. Look, it's new to folks that don't do that.
Right. I guess so. New to me. Man, I should have read that before I put it on the screen.
Well, now the people know what pegging is.
Right. Everybody Bad podcast. You learn something new every week with us.
Every week.
Not
Okay.
a good show if you ain't learning.
What's going on with Iyanla saying, okay, we all know that Iyanla has stepped down from Fix My Life, but she has a reason why. Now we're finding out why she stepped down.
So after
So it's not my computer this time. Said I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we waiting on him to
refresh.
Hold on. Let me
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Live podcast. Make sure that you all follow us, man. We need to build up our followers on Instagram, man. Follow us. We definitely gonna.
And also, the best
back.
thing that you can do on there while you're on the show is commenting or doing reactions or sharing and things like that. So, like, if you're watching it, like, just make sure you kind of hit the like button or the share button. Or you can actually make some comments inside of the chat, and that actually starts to trick Facebook's algorithm to because it likes comments and reactions and things like that, and that helps us grow. So we appreciate all your comments and all your reactions. All right, so what's going on with Iyanla?
All right, so real quick, so everybody know Iyanla was helping people on after 9 years, she decided to throw in the towel, and this is the reason why. We all know Iyanla is specific about the type of energy she bring around and the type of baggage that people are carrying around. So people have been contacting her through email, through phone calls, and even showing up at her personal residence talking about, I need help. I know you don't know me, but girl, can you help me out with this problem? And Iyanla like, no, that ain't what we do, boo boo. But she also faults the internet. She says people have too much access to people. You can find out where they live. You can find their phone numbers, social security numbers, birthdays. So she said, I'm not with that type of energy. I'm gonna sit in it and fix myself, and I'm gonna get rid of the problem. I'm not doing the show no more. So I get it. After 9 years, and you done helped a plethora of people with all types of issues, and people are now looking up to you. Like, Iyanla got the key. She's the one. So people nowadays would be tempted to reach out, but Iyanla ain't about that life. No, you pay her for her services. You don't just show up on the doorstep. So she's out now. You know, a 9-year run with a very successful show. I was a fan, hands down. So shout out to Iyanla for standing in her truth and taking control of her destiny and the energy that she's bringing around herself. So I get it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And people just need to realize that, like, all right, well, like, if like she's not the only life coach out there. She's not the only place where you can get someone to help you through your issues. There are training counselors, there are professionals out there who do specifically that. You all do. Iyanla, can you fix my life? Who are you?
And look, I'm gonna look through the peek hole like
why are you knocking on somebody's door trying to get help? Exactly. Really look crazy. So,
and then not only that, she also received a few death threats for things that she said to certain people or ways she handled situations. So for her, it was just too much. Like, she's 68 and she like, I'm not gonna be about this drama. You're not gonna be threatening my life or my energy. So I'm chucking up the deuces.
She got a death threat from who?
I said, I remember that one episode of Fix My Life. That girl tried to fight her. That girl,
Tanidra, who was kidnapped. I remember that.
Yep, but
she was out of pocket anyway, though.
Yeah, she was way out of line. She was way out of line.
She was out of line. I felt like Shay was out of line from
Hip Hop. And Tamar was out of line too.
And Tamar
was out of line.
Do you have the clip when she said, "Not on my watch"? That's my favorite thing in the whole world. I gotta watch it at least once or twice a week. Not on my watch, Iyanla.
Not on my watch.
Man, that I promise y'all, I gotta see it at least once or twice a week.
Is that when she walked out and left? Like, y'all deal with this. Not on my watch.
Yeah, she slammed her hand. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Second, pulled it up. And my other favorite scene was when she called Neffy a gutter snipe.
Ooh, that was a good one. But Ayala is good for a read. Like, you ain't gonna just throw anything at her and don't think she ain't gonna come back. She got to come back for you.
Right. There it is.
Not on my watch.
You gotta do it again.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
It was the turn for me. How she was like,
right. Like, and one more thing. Not on my watch.
Yeah. Man, Shorty, it's been real, bro. Anything else we got to talk about before you dip out, man?
We're just gonna stay tuned. It's fall previews, new shows are starting, new seasons are starting. So y'all know I'm gonna keep you up on game. You can catch me with the fellas. Everybody Mad Live podcast going down every Thursday.
You can be a part of you can be a part of the because I said I wanted to start doing that what you watching episode. So like maybe once a week, all three of us will have one show we'll pick.
That's what's up. Well, let me kick that off now. What I'm currently watching, then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm real in tune with the new Chucky series.
Me too.
The remake of Chucky. I'm all the way in, y'all.
It's good.
This little doll is a trip.
He is crazy. It's good. And
it's good. So
on the original.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. For it to be 2021, I like how they modernized, but still kept Chucky the crazy doll that he is.
Yeah.
And I'm mad how everybody calls the movie Chucky, even though the original movie is called
Child's Play.
Child's Play.
Right, but the TV show is called
like we will call a movie by whoever the killer is.
We got a nickname. We got a nickname.
Let's go see Michael Myers.
but you can catch Chucky on USA Network Tuesdays at 9 p.m. We're 4 episodes in. Next Tuesday is the 5th episode. You got to check Chucky out here.
Yeah, Chucky is really good, especially if you're a fan of the Child's Play franchise. Shorty, how can people get in contact with you, brother? Well, you all see it down there. It's Echo Prince. It is Echo Prince. You can holler at Shorty on IG, brother. I think that your cam froze up, but we will definitely check you out next week. Hey, Sad, man, really good show, bro. We got, let's see, that's it, man. Before we go, man, we definitely want to thank our homeboy, Mike Larry, for joining us. Don't forget, you can check him out. He has so many movies on Amazon Prime, so definitely.
Yeah, like 15 movies.
Yep.
Or 11 or something like that. Yeah. So you can definitely check him out. You probably can look him up. He's on IMDb with some of those tracks. I think The Middleman Buffed Up, Insta Famous is some of the ones. So yeah, check him out. But we appreciate him being a part of the show and want to welcome him to the Everybody Mad family. So we can look forward to seeing his projects and all that good stuff as he continues. But man, it's been real.
Yeah, definitely. It's been real. Shouts out to everybody that's been checking us out, that's been leaving their comments. Marnita, of course. Crystal, I see you. I saw Tamika Wait earlier in the comment section.
It looks like we did have a little bit of trouble, technical issues with one of our feeds. So it looks like our main feed, the Everybody Mad page, is kind of messed up during the show. But the other feeds were okay, so we just kept it rolling.
Definitely. I see Buster, my boy Buster checking us out. I think that's Buster. It says Darcel. My boy Buster, that's my homeboy. My brother up in New York checking us out. But yeah, man, we really appreciate everybody checking us out.
Thanks to everybody. Yep.
So I know you said we got 2 shows coming up this month. That's it?
Yep. Because only 3 more Thursdays left in this month, and one of them is Thanksgiving. So yeah, we just got 2 more shows in this month, and then we got December. So we'll look to wrap up the 2021 edition of shows really, really soon. But we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in to the Everybody Mad Live podcast. We'll be here same time, same place, like always, every Thursday. You can find me, Said Lover, everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yep, and you can holler at me, Kenya Kabeen, on all social media platforms, and Kenya Kabeen1 on Facebook. We love you too, Marnita. And shouts out to you, Crystal. We'll holler at y'all next week.